Hey everyone, today's update is a big one, and it's all about Donald Trump's legal troubles in New York. Now, a lot of us probably assumed this was over, especially after his win in November, but there's been a major development that changes the game. Let me walk you through everything step by step because there's a lot of breakdown. So, here's the situation. District Attorney Alvin Bragg is making it clear that he's not backing down. He's told Judge Merchan that dismissing Trump's 34 guilty verdicts is completely out of the question. Trump isn't the president yet. He's the president-elect, and there's no such thing as immunity for a president-elect. Bragg wants the legal process to keep moving forward, no matter what. But before we get into the details, hit the subscribe button, like this video, and leave your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for your support. But it gets even more interesting. Bragg has laid out a plan for what happens if Trump is sworn in as president on January 20th before he's sentenced. His idea is to hit pause on the case during Trump's presidency and then restart it as soon as he's out of office. Bragg argues this approach is not only legal and practical, but also respects the jury's decision. Remember, Trump was found guilty 34 times for felony crimes under New York law. These crimes go back to the 2016 election when Trump wasn't president, so he can't claim immunity for them. Now, the ball is in Judge Merchan's court. He'll be the first to decide whether Bragg's proposal moves forward. Bragg has made his case in an 82-page court filing, so there's a lot for the judge to consider. Ruling could come in the next few days or weeks, but whatever happens, this case is almost certain to go through multiple appeals. Trump's team might even try to escalate it all the way to the U.S. Supreme Court, where, let's face it, Trump has had some favorable rulings in the past, so we could be looking at a long legal battle ahead. Now, let's talk about what sentencing could look like if Trump is found guilty. Bragg has pointed out that the judge has several options. One of the most lenient, probation, and we're not talking about standard probation with conditions. This could be probation with no requirements at all. No check-ins, no fines, no mandatory classes, just a formal acknowledgement that Trump is now a convicted felon. Legally, that's significant because sentencing is what finalizes a conviction. Without it, Trump's status as guilty isn't officially set in stone. But let's be real. Probation without consequences doesn't feel like meaningful accountability for 34 felony convictions. Bragg admits this in his filing, but leaves it up to the judge to decide. On the other end of the spectrum, there's the possibility of a prison sentence, but that would only come into play after Trump's presidency ends. While presidential immunity might pause things during his time in office, the case could pick up again as soon as he steps down. So can Judge Merchan simply dismiss the guilty verdicts? Technically, yes. Judges have the authority to dismiss cases if they believe it's in the interest of justice. But what kind of justice would it be to ignore 34 felony convictions for crimes this serious? It would send a terrible message about accountability. While such a dismissal wouldn't be illegal, it would almost certainly be seen as an abuse of discretion. And Bragg is making it clear that this shouldn't even be an option. As of now, both sides, Trump's legal team and Bragg's prosecutors, have submitted their arguments. The next step is for Judge Merchan to either schedule oral arguments or issue a decision. With January 20th right around the corner, we won't have to wait long for an update. So here's my question to you. Do you think Bragg's plan will succeed? Will Trump finally face consequences? Or are we looking at another drawn-out legal process that lets him sidestep accountability? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and I'll keep you posted as this unfolds. This story is far from over, and there's a lot more to come. Stay tuned.